It is the most famous military installation in the world. It doesn't exist. Located a mere 75 miles outside of Las Vegas in Nevada's desert, the base has never been acknowledged by the U.S. government. Area 51 has captivated imaginations for decades. Here today, we'll be taking an uncensored look at America's top-secret military base. It is the most famous military installation in the world. It doesn't exist. They needed a place where they could continue development of advanced aircraft without any leaks. And so, the remote desert of Nevada was chosen as the perfect location. And soon, the media caught wind of the story. Newspapers were filled with headlines about a secret UFO base behind the barbed wire fences and guard towers of Area 51 were the most advanced aircraft in the world. One such person was Bob Lazar. In the late 1980s, Lazar worked as a physicist at Area 51. He was responsible for reverse engineering alien vehicles that had been recovered from crash sites. According to Lazar, the vehicles were unlike anything he had ever seen before. They managed to get past the initial security checkpoint, but they were soon spotted by surveillance cameras. Within minutes, they were surrounded by armed guards and taken into custody. But it wasn't just trespassers that the U.S. government was dealing with. But rumors persist that it is still being used for top-secret projects, including the development of new aircraft and weapons. From armed guards to surveillance cameras, nothing is off-limits in the pursuit of national security. But Area 51 isn't just a military base. Do you believe that there are aliens at Area 51? Let us know your thoughts. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. We'll see you next time. It's a symbol of our fascination with the unknown. For decades, it has captured our imaginations and inspired countless conspiracy theories. Whether or not there are aliens at Area 51 doesn't matter. What matters is what we choose to believe. Some believe that the base is also used for the reverse engineering of alien technology. But these are just theories. The truth is that we don't know what goes on behind those closed doors. In 2014, a man named Jesse Marcel claimed that he had recovered a flying saucer from a ranch near Corona, New Mexico. He brought the object to the local sheriff, who contacted the U.S. government. The object was taken to Area 51 for further examination, but it was never returned. Marcel claimed that the government had confiscated the object because it was of extraterrestrial origin. However, the government denied his claims and said that the object was nothing more than a weather balloon. They were powered by anti-gravity and were capable of traveling at incredible speeds. Two of the most secretive projects listed on the documents had one thing in common: APO Box 40. Area 51. This single reference to Area 51 in CIA documents was enough to confirm what many suspected, that this remote Nevada desert was once a hub for some of the most dangerous experiments in history. But here's the twist. It still is. Lazar also claimed that the U.S. government was in possession of several crashed alien vehicles, including one that had been recovered from the deserts of New Mexico. He said that the government was trying to reverse engineer the vehicles, weapons to gain an advantage in the Cold War. But his claims were met with skepticism and ridicule. The U.S. government denied that he had ever worked at Area 51, and his colleagues claimed that he was making it all up. Despite the backlash, Lazar stood by his story. He even went on national television to share his experience. But even then, he was met with disbelief. From the U-2 spy plane to the SR-71 Blackbird, these aircraft were capable of reaching speeds of over Mach 3 and altitudes of over 80,000 feet. After all, the U.S. government has declassified hundreds of pages of documents detailing secret missions and covert projects from the Cold War era. And two of the most secretive projects listed on the documents have one thing in common: APO Box 40, Area 51. The single reference to Area 51 in CIA documents was enough to confirm what many suspected, that this remote Nevada desert was once a hub for some of the most dangerous experiments in history. But here's the twist. It still is. But these planes weren't just used for spying. They were also used for testing the limits of human endurance. In fact, the government's admission of Area 51's existence only fueled the fire. And today, the base remains shrouded in secrecy. Visitors to the nearby town of Roswell, Nevada, are still warned not to take any pictures of the base, and anyone caught trespassing is swiftly dealt with by armed guards. Pilots were pushed to their physical and mental limits, as they were exposed to extreme speeds and G-forces. Some didn't make it out alive. But even in death, they were silenced. The U.S. government went to great lengths to cover up any accidents that occurred at Area 51. Bodies were recovered and autopsies were performed. But the results were classified and sealed away. Families of the deceased were offered large sums of money to keep quiet, and anyone who knew too much was silenced. And people began to flock to the small town of Rachel, Nevada, hoping to catch a glimpse of the base. The base was eventually spotted by a pilot who reported seeing bizarre flying objects soaring through the air. The media went wild and Area 51 became a household name. On May 1, 1955, the United States Air Force officially established the Nevada Test and Training Range, also known as Groom Lake. But unlike other bases, the construction of Area 51 was kept top secret. No maps or blueprints existed, and the base was shrouded in secrecy. Even today, if you were to visit the base, you would find no sign of its existence. There are no street signs, no official markers, and no records of its existence. Located a mere 75 miles outside of Las Vegas in Nevada's desert, the base has never been acknowledged by the U.S. government, yet Area 51 has captivated imaginations for decades. In 2013, when the CIA officially declassified hundreds of pages of documents detailing secret missions and covert projects from the Cold War era, one UFO enthusiast noticed something odd. Two of the most secretive projects listed on the documents had one thing in common: APO Box 40, Area 51. This single reference to Area 51 in CIA documents was enough to confirm what many suspected, that this remote Nevada desert was once a hub for some of the most dangerous experiments in history. But here's the twist: it still is. But this dark chapter of American history is being buried. Welcome back, everyone. The origins of Area 51 can be traced back to the height of the Cold War. In the early 1950s, the U.S. military was racing against time and the Soviets to develop new technologies. One such technology that caught their attention was jet propulsion. And while the Americans had made significant progress, their aircraft simply couldn't compete with Soviet speeds and heights. So began Project A7. With a budget of $2 million and led by Kelly Johnson, a team of engineers were tasked with designing an advanced reconnaissance aircraft capable of reaching speeds of over Mach 3. Their mission was a success, and the U.S. gained a significant advantage over the Soviets. However, there was a problem. The aircraft was incredibly unstable and dangerous to fly. So the project was shelved and the aircraft destroyed. But not before. A few curious pilots got wind of the project and managed to steal blueprints of the aircraft and bring them to the highest bidder. Soon, foreign governments were in possession of the plans for the fastest aircraft in the world. Realizing the gravity of the situation, the U.S. government took swift action. This secrecy didn't last long. By the late 1950s, rumors of a secret base in the desert began to spread. But the truth was far more sinister than anyone could have imagined. But even with all of the secrecy, there were still those who dared to speak out. However, in recent years, Lazar's story has been taken more seriously. In the 1990s, the U.S. government officially declassified the existence of Area 51. However, they did little to quell the rumors of alien spacecraft and government conspiracies. In 2017, a group of teenagers decided to sneak into the base. But in 2013, when the CIA officially declassified hundreds of pages of documents detailing secret missions and covert projects from the Cold War era, one UFO enthusiast noticed something odd. To this day, the base's primary purpose remains classified. What we do know is that Area 51 is still a highly classified military base, and that the U.S. government is still doing whatever it takes to keep its secrets safe. Now, let me ask you a question.